lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Time to bring the bass dirt.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go! 61. Check, 43. Here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. 61. Wait.
first down. It's Haskins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
43 is the mic. Okay, double up. Check 3, any weapon. Check 3. Kill. Switch it.
Second down, McKinnon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they rack up like that.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Redskin first down. The pickup, 15 yards.
Number 53, Mike 53. Got one. Under 10. 10. Slayer.
Now Haskins on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Third down, here's Haskins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? His throw incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On first down now, a run with McKinnon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
93, 52, 93.
Passing, it's Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Hands up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, McKinnon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you. Keep it to short gains.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move him back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
56, right there, 56. You got it. 22,
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. Finding Gabriel, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check.
On 2nd down, McKinnon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards, the final tally.
Number 53. Number 53. It's off.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Neal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Push him back. Push him back.
2nd down, Haskins. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That'll put him in an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The extra point up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They will run with Grant. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Check it out, check it out. Check. Hey, high 7.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's go, team.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Let's go, fellas.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
368!
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They toss to Freeman, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And McManus able to put it through, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he fires one incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On 2nd and 1, Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy took over as a...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And Dalton to throw. This is the tight end Fant. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Dalton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. John Ross, the one he was looking for. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check. Fresno.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And he slings one that's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
53's mine. Check.
third down. Here's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. 368.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Here's Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front creating that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On second down now, it's Grant, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Here's McCannon. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Now Haskins on first down. They'll try and run it. Touchdown, Redskins! Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point safely through. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reese. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Move! 368!
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Grant, and an alley to run. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Corey Grant. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they maybe given up momentum. And not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Dalton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, McKinnon, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Haskins. Finding Gabriel complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Hands up. 3. There you go. 368. Defense, let's go. Hands up.
Dalton here from the gun. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go. Switch. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Dalton off play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Check safety. Five, six.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing his fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, right at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Nice job, bro.
Corey Grant with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead them up to go for 2.
Check out. There you go. Can. Move. Hey, Haywood.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead him up to go for 2.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Hey. Nice.
Operating from the gun, Dalton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Haskins. Flush to his right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
43. Check, 43.
On first down, it's Haskins. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Come to my world. We want it.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Haskins will throw.
They really love to get him into one-up.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Freeman again, a first down carry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Redskins' 27-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And, in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for the Broncos, their strong start to the